Damn, I got to redo this. Hopefully, I say it in the form in which I was trying to say it intelligently. But in light of everything that's going on, I do not discuss police brutality videos. I do not even like looking at them because of what it does to your psyche. And again, this takes me back to the community meeting by which I participated in. Probably will never do it again, 9 times out of 10. I've noticed something. I've noticed the discomfort that some people have when you ask them questions, particularly officers. So therefore, I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say, well, not on a limb, I'm going to go ahead and say, I have a brother that's a cop. I have cousins that's cops, by which I love all my cousins, and they know that. And they know I'm not a disrespectful person, and I'm not out to try and attack them or anyone else. So we was asked in the community meeting, what solutions can we come up with to bridge the gap between officers and the community? I came up with a solution. Of course, it was shot down. So this is me coming up with another one. My solution to the issue at hand is, if you're imposing, enforcing, and applying these laws, you have to also articulate what you're imposing, applying, and enforcing. If you don't articulate what you're imposing, applying, and enforcing to the layman mind, like myself, one who does not study the law, does not know that we are breaking the law. Okay? So now, if you are imposing, enforcing, and applying these laws, you are presumed and assumed to know the law and be able to interpret, because the ultimate goal allegedly is for nobody to be lawbreakers. The discomfort comes in when somebody asks you a question and you can't articulate what you're imposing, implying, or enforcing. That's where the discomfort comes in. And I can see that in the body language. So now, in good conscience, can you say that you can articulate the law fully and intelligently so one of the layman minds can understand what you're doing without you being forceful? Again, man creates laws, God created commandments. So these are man-made laws. By you doing your job, you have to be able to interpret what you're doing. So if one tells you, hey, you don't have probable cause, you automatically should know the definition of probable cause, how it's properly applied, and how it's lawfully applied. So therefore, you can lawfully proceed. If you have someone contesting you don't have probable cause, to de-escalate the situation, you must be able to articulate what you're applying, enforcing, and imposing. Therefore, if you can't, this is the leading cause of the discomfort, distaste, and anger. Not anything that we've done, because it's your job to know. If you don't know, then in good conscience, are you applying and enforcing laws that you feel good about? Does your soul feel right at the end of the night? Hold on. Now, in good conscience, can you honestly say that you feel good about your job? And I'm not attacking you. It's no disrespect. It's just to alleviate some of the discomfort. Because just because we don't see it, something isn't physically touching us, doesn't mean it's not emotionally affecting us. Therefore, these laws that are being applied do more emotional discomfort as well as psychological discomfort than they do physical discomfort. If one asks you just for an explanation, you can't explain, you start to get discomfort or feel some sort of discomfort. You have now turned the situation worse due to your emotions when one is only asking a question. One is only asking them, well, why do you have probable cause? Why do we have to show you license, registration, and insurance when we have a license plate that's registered through the state? You have a system that's registered directly to the state. When you run those numbers, digits, or whatever I have on my license plate, everything pops up. So what's the real reason for a search? I know everybody's not going to be the owner of the vehicle, but let's take it for face value and say that the person who is being pulled over is the owner of the vehicle. Number one, when you run a vehicle, the license plate, the owner comes up. You can run the owner's name, his or her identification pops up right there on the screen. So when you approach the vehicle, you should be able to identify, okay, this is the owner. Everything came back clean. Boom, hello, I pulled you over for XYZ, so on and so forth, ran your plates, everything came back clean. Hey, slow it down some, enjoy the rest of the evening. Wouldn't that kind of create the solution to some of the issues that we're going through now? Kinda. That's a start. To solve the issues cannot start with us if you're the one implying, enforcing, and imposing something. It has to start with you. You have to be the solution to your problem. If I don't know the laws and you cannot articulate what you're applying, imposing, and enforcing, then that's entrapment. If the ultimate goal is for us to be law-abiding. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Very intellectual. Again, it's no disrespect to no one in the enforcement agencies. It's just fact. If you can't answer simple questions lawfully and articulate what you're applying and imposing and enforcing, the problem is not us. The problem is